You have all this pyruvate. What are you going to do with it? What are you going to do with all that pyruvate? You know, and now you made all this NAD and you made this ATP. Well, I want to know what you want to do with what you're going to do with the pyruvate. See, you're a eukaryote, and you have a mitochondria. And so now we can take this pyruvate and we can do some great things with it. Let's just take a general overview where we've been and where you and I as eukaryotes are going to go with it. Well, remember that we started out with glucose. And there's a very important concept I want you to get right here, and it's this, that this is an overview of what's going on in the cell, and there's something I don't want you to forget. The first step of this whole idea of this respiratory pathway happens in the cytosol. It's not in the mitochondria yet. That's going to loom fairly big later on. All right, so we know that right here we have managed to generate a molecule of pyruvate. Okay, so now we have pyruvate, and you know what happens if you lack a mitochondria. If you lack a mitochondria, you have to go along this route. Right? And that is the fermentative route, and you might, for example, make ethanol, or you might make lactic acid or lactate. There's a lot of different things you can do. So we'll just put ethanol and lactic acid as examples of things that might happen, not in your cells. You know, I know for those of you who are college students, you're probably saying to yourself, wouldn't it be great if I could make ethanol in my own cells? I hope you're not saying that. I hope you're studious individuals who don't think of ethanol as a recreational activity, consumption of ethanol. But in case you do or ever do, this thing right here is not possible in our cells, which is good because you'd be running around drunk all the time. All right. Instead, what we do is we move it into the mitochondria. And in the mitochondria, we are going to generate some other things. In the mitochondria, we are going to generate a substance called acetyl. Well, we're going to actually break this thing apart, and we're going to go through aerobic respiration. Okay? Now, before we enter the mitochondria, we have to make a substance called acetyl CoA.